Welcome to the next level of horror podcasts. This is the place where ghouls, ghosts, and other creatures of the night are all welcome.
All right, it's been a while. We are back with Retro Ghoul and a new co-host, Johnny Necro. Johnny, say hi.
What's up, motherfuckers?
That's a good way to go with it. So we have been on a bit of a hiatus trying to reorganize some stuff, but we had in mind a very, I would say, comforting topic. And in this particular case, gateway horror.
Yeah.
The stuff that got us into it. And this is, for anybody who's curious, there's so many different ways you can define it. I mean, it could come through toys, it could come through cartoons, it could come through maybe a movie you weren't supposed to see at a very young age. There's any number of ways that this can go. So with that, I'm going to kick it over to you guys. Johnny, you're new? Fire away, my man.
Look at that. Cass, we can finally go. And I got Wendy tattooed on me. Well, you guys already know all that.
Yep.
It all happened to me pretty much at once, man. I was already watching the Universal Monsters and Abbott Costello meet Frankenstein and reading Harvey comics. Plus, Marvel comics and all that had the horror shit.
Yeah.
At an early age, I was watching Poltergeist and fucking Friday the 13th when I wasn't supposed to. Plus, Return of the Living Dead changed my life musically. You guys knew that from previous interviews. I mean, it just all fell on me at once. So it was like, poop.
Every movie all the time.
Biggest staple of all,
Yeah, it's really hard to argue against Scooby as a straight up gateway suspense, even mystery thing. I mean, it's 100% what it was designed for. But it's really weird too because it predated a lot of in the 80s, right? When I guess most of us were coming of age, the thing is horror sort of found its way seeping into almost everything in some way or another, which was a good thing, I would argue. But Scooby-Doo had that well beforehand, at least in my opinion. And actually, even then, if you look at a lot of the Hanna-Barbera stuff, I'm wondering if there was some kind of weird tie into the Universal crap. Like, I don't know why it was like that with Hanna-Barbera.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, it wasn't like that with all the major cartoon companies. It was specifically Hanna-Barbera.
Mm-hmm.
And really, what's really funny about them is they were more known, like it's so much horror-oriented stuff. They were even more known for just being cheap as shit with the way they did stuff.
Yeah. Same with Groovy Ghoulies. I found that show by accident, like not even as a kid or anything, but like I fell in love with it instantly. Like I had the entire series, so I love that show.
And years later, there'd be a punk band by the same name.
Yep. Damn good band too.
Yeah, the question also, the Garbage Pail Kids obviously play into this. I mean, we talked about that before we ever did. Yeah, I mean, before we ever did the show.
Yeah.
The question is it because the artists were so greatly influenced by horror, or is it that they were it just lent itself to the idea? Like, what do you think on that one?
I think it lent itself to the idea because of the gross out factor.
Yeah.
Even before they went, years later, like this is like the last decade, they did exclusively horror packs. But they were doing it back in the day with Evil Eddie or Nasty Nick, etc. Two-headed monsters. Godzilla had a card. Mummies. It just worked perfectly, like Madballs. And heck, nowadays they even have a Madballs Garbage Pail Kid crossover graphic novel.
Yep, there should be. That's like saying they have one. That should have happened. That is the way
did.
That turned out the way it should have been with those two. That is acceptable. I would actually argue not that it's the same thing, but even did you guys see the G.I. Joe Transformer thing?
Yeah, they've been doing that for years, though.
Yeah, but even then, to me, as a kid, I would have loved to have seen the toys, except for now you can see the toys. Then they have all those weird combos with the He-Man. So speaking about gateway horror, He-Man, mentioned that off of those too. If you can look at He-Man, and despite its what are now looking back on it relatively homoerotic overtones, if you can disregard the way you look at it through a modern lens and look at it the way we looked at it when we were kids, there's some relatively scary crap in there. I mean, Snake Mountain, Beastman, Skeletor.
The heroes had Castle Grayskull.
Yeah, exactly. It's literally a giant skull and some kind of weird magic thing with this poor scared kitty who turns into a ferocious beast. It is interesting, like very much like an 80s sci-fi sorcery kind of a thing, but more than that, it was once again relegated to horror. I mean,
Yep.
Beastmaster. Beastmaster was like that. That was just towing the line between
Mm.
horror and fantasy. Uh, and that was just, well, same thing with Conan, except going back to Marvel. Conan was always sort of in the Cthulhu kind of weird old gods mythos type stuff. So that was
Mm.
always a little dark.
Yeah.
I don't know. The thing is, we were inundated as kids with.
Yeah.
No matter what direction you looked, it was there.
Yep. And our parents really didn't care what we watched movie wise. Like they just
Nah,
turned
but
the other
they
cheek
were
to
at work.
everything. They were like, yeah, whatever. Like,
They
We're
were
watching it
100%
eating
work.
blueberry Count
Mhm.
Chocula and Frankenberry cereal.
Yep.
All right, so back even in the food, and you already mentioned Mad Balls. The toys. Clearly, you had Jesus, the monsters in my pocket stuff. The
Skeleton
even
Warriors.
the Mighty Max kids sets.
Yeah, those
Uh,
were very like horror
those were
themed.
very they were straight up like this kid going through different horror universes trying to find his way home.
Mhm.
By the way, what an unsatisfying ending to a series.
Yeah.
So I'm still angry about certain things. That's we're never gonna get that's how it ended. That's how it's always gonna be. All right, so yeah, all right. So if we can how much do you think it directly affected your taste now? Like are we the product of
Completely.
like direct advertising? Is that what happened, or is it just so happened that it's that entertaining?
I think it's all of the above. I mean, I did
Yeah,
my
kind
whole
of all
career
the above.
based off of that shit.
Aesthetic and everything. Like, you know what I mean? Like even collecting things, like finding that one fucking thing where you're like, oh my God, I've been looking forever for this. Like Crash and Suicide, I found like I can't remember. Like it was at a strip mall or something that had it. It was like $75 and I was there was no fucking way I'm not getting this. Like
That's fair.
so it's kind of like catching up, like you know what I mean? Because what we didn't have was a whole lot of shit when we were kids either, like collectibles and everything else, because they were just toys, you know what I mean? So a lot of them got thrown out, and I think it's like I think it's our way of reliving it, you know, whatever we
We absolutely every one of us here probably has memories of that toy that if our parents had just left the hell alone
oh yeah.
would have set us up for life.
Yep. Yep.
And good God, the number of GI Joes I had.
Yeah.
All carded. All of them kept their cards. They all had their weapons. They didn't fight. They were just posed next to each other to fight.
Yeah. We also got to mention is like the mass credit debt from the 80s, you know what I mean? Like credit cards first came around and we were just like, oh, this is so fucking fantastic. That's what
Yeah.
made the 80s so great. Like marketing, like doing shit like that. Like credit wasn't really a thing until you started
No, nobody
busting it out on
understood it
everything.
until it was beating their ass.
Yeah.
That was the whole thing. I thought I just had to pay this back. Well, yeah, and then some. What do you mean by
Yeah.
then some?
Yeah,
You know,
exactly.
more.
Yeah.
There are lines in the
Lots
Bible about
more.
this, aren't there? Yeah, no. No, it's not the same thing. This is interesting. Hmm. We did have access to something our parents didn't too, in the form of toys and collectibles. We had better toys and collectibles. Like we had the ability to mold and better design things,
Yeah.
which is only improved now. I'm like, if you look at the NECA figures and things of that nature, they look incredible.
Yeah.
Even the cartoon series of like the NECA Friday the 13th and Nightmare on Elm
Oh,
Street
the
stuff.
Toonie Terrors.
Yeah, Hatchet Face, the
Yeah.
little kid,
Yeah, I got
like,
a
they
whole
look
bunch of them.
amazing.
Yeah.
My
They're
wife
so
has the little Vincent Price one. It fucking looks just like him, and they made it black and white.
Yeah.
Vincent Price was a living cartoon character, anyways.
Right?
Like he was 100% like
Scooby-Doo.
I have a
yeah,
Bela
it
Lugosi
does.
that's like
There you go.
straight down to every detail. Like it's pretty awesome. Toonie
Hmm.
Terrors are I don't know. They're like they kind of show like the childhood and the childishness of it. You know what I mean? Like I don't really think too many adults were like they were into horror, but not like us. Like we were the generation that like ate it the fuck up. You know what I mean? Like everything, because everything was happening in the 80s. Like horror was just like I said, like parents just, oh, it's Freddy Krueger. That's popular right now. Just leave you alone. You know what I mean? It was kind of shit like that.
Well, it's like a famous. Well, if you look at comic books, right? In the golden age of comic books, Did people understand what was like? Some people did. Some people knew that it was going to be eventually a thing, but most people didn't. I mean, that's why you find copies of like Superman #1 in people's insulation in their
Yeah.
walls and like that because a lot of people did not know.
Yeah.
In the '70s, I would say that those people they sort of grew with it, and maybe it got a little bit bigger. But in the '80s, back to the thing with collectibles and whatnot, it kind of took off, didn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, that's like when I was that's I mean, comic book conventions and things like that where they had existed since like the sci-fi stuff in the mid '70s. Like they were doing sci-fi conventions and things of that nature.
Yeah.
But it sort of expanded into horror and other things as time went on.
Mhm.
And
I
it's
mean,
back to the same thing. We live in a world formed by comic book geeks.
yeah.
Well, just look at the fucking cinema. I mean, that's why He-Man is fucking back. And you know what? It was awesome. I don't care what any hater
Oh,
says.
that was an
It is
amazing
a
fucking
love
movie.
letter,
Oh my
and
God.
it's original at the same time.
They had a
So
lot to the
I had to watch,
story,
like I said, I
man.
had to
Like
watch
they
the
really
to set
took
up
their
the
time
projector.
making it awesome. They really did. Like,
I'm glad it's finding a second life on streaming now. I mean, because it did
yeah.
really bad at the box office. We went to see it in the theater. I'm sure you did. But
Mhm.
I've already watched it like 3 fucking times since it's hit streaming. So,
Yeah.
and I'm watching the old cartoon series. I went out and bought the box set to relive it.
Yeah.
I think we're gonna
I
have
even
to
watched She-Ra because she has cool villains too.
Yeah.
she had. I would argue she had better villains.
Hordax.
Hordak and everybody like they were
Yeah.
like the Hordak and the pit. What were they? What was these people called? The evil horde, I guess.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
yeah, they were fantastic. All of them. I mean, like one of the last produced figures was Mosquito, the one that
Yeah,
like had the fake
the
blood thing, which
bloodshed.
once again horror adjacent. Uh, and that was like literally. He's also apparently really hard to find because he was one of the last produced figures.
Skunk horse smelled. I loved it.
Smell like
Skunk horse.
patchouli. That's what, which is funny because hippies later, took that up to smell good. Or at least the ones I knew did.
Yeah.
The He-Man thing also. You mentioned the box office and like no matter what it got, what reviews it got at the box office. So it gets me with that. Of course, it's going to do better streaming. We learned during the pandemic that we could happily watch theater releases at home.
Yeah.
Right.
And that completely changed the way we are going to watch movies from now on. And the movie theaters, instead of learning a lesson from that, went the opposite route, jacked prices to try and make up for lost revenue, which is the stupidest way to go. Like it would cost me to take me and my 7-year-old kid to go to a movie theater with my wife and a matinee is like $40 fucking now. It's absurd.
Not to mention a $70 popcorn bucket
Yeah,
it's Castle Grayskull.
Well, I mean, consider like that's the other thing. All the like, don't get me wrong, it'd be cool to have it, but I don't care that much about it.
Right.
I want to see the movie. I'm just not
Yeah.
going to go pay theater prices to do it. There's no movie on earth that I'm going to pay theater prices to see anymore.
Nope.
I'm just not. It's
Yeah.
not. And also, if you wait a month, it's going to be out on one of the 18 streaming services I have,
Mhm.
which used to all be on one thing.
The only ones I actually spent money to watch were the Terrifier movies. Other than that, I haven't really.
All right, so I changed that. There are indie features that I would support. Like if you manage to get your movie produced from your end into a theater, even if it's a small run release, I will travel states to support that shit.
Mhm.
100%. Because I mean, back to the thing that also horror is the only thing that's. Again, I'm afraid Hollywood's going to fuck this up. I'm not even afraid. I know they are. They've already done it. Every time something like this happens, they learn the exact wrong lesson out of it. It's like you have the little franchise that could in the form of Terrifier. Like it was supposed to be one throwaway film on Netflix after 2 indie attempts that got released out onto YouTube and maybe had some private screening somewhere. And then the next thing you know, they get to have a second one. That one gets released in theaters. It creates this huge stir, and they're like, "Oh shit, indie horror movies. That's the way to go. Let's make our own." Except you can't. You're a big budget studio. You don't know how to make an indie horror movie. You know how to repeat something over and over again.
Mhm.
You do not know how to make something original or unique.
Yeah.
You're gonna screw it up, and you're gonna screw it up for everybody. Eventually, it's gonna get so watered down that even the indie producers are gonna be like, "I can't do this. It's already done in this other piece of shit that everybody hated."
Yeah. Two words.
That's off the subject, though. Maybe it's a little bitter. Like I was slightly afraid that, like when Deadpool came out, right? When Deadpool finally got released because somebody leaked the demo footage, and they decided, "Fucking, I guess we got to do it." And they let it go. Then they find out that holy crap, they're going to make a fortune on it. I was like, I bet they're going to start releasing a bunch of fucking R-rated cussing superhero movies. And yeah, that's what they did. They were like, R-rated, that's the way to go. That's what people want to see. And they fucking bombed. And they bombed for a reason. There's no
See,
heart.
now they're playing us like fools, doing it on purpose, like withholding movies, then releasing them to try to get the fucking interest back up. Because I think that's the only reason we're going to finally get to see Wile E. Coyote's movie.
Exactly. I'm sorry to look.
They're
Wile E.
playing
Coyote
games.
versus At Me, which everybody who had seen it, everybody, even people that weren't involved with the studio and had nothing to gain from it, was like, "Oh, it's fucking perfect. It is amazing. It was a tax write-off." You know, Batgirl or Batwoman, right?
Right.
Fucking Brendan Fraser has come out and said, and we're talking about the golden guy from most of our childhood and so many runs of movies, coming out and saying he was most proud of what he did in that movie. This guy is amazing, and he was so proud of it. He was like, "They shelved
trail. He's not going to lie."
No, he was just, "I am so proud of it. It was so good," and they shelved it because you can't make them do anything. And then it's the word, like, it's a tax write-off. They don't even know what it would have done if they had released it in the theaters. They just had a guess. Based off of what? The fact that you guys keep repeating yourselves and making the same fucking mistakes, that's not on them, that's on you. Fucking morons. And honestly,
they don't
Warner
even have
Brothers
to
keeps
make
choking
it to
on dick
keep the
anyway.
name.
Hell yeah.
Because fucking Warner Brothers who owns DC. You know, it's not like Sony or something or Fox when they were putting out shitty Fantastic Four movies just so they didn't lose the fucking license. They own the fucking characters.
Yeah.
Which is funny too. Because if DC being owned by Warner Brothers, owning the intellectual property, they're still not the ones that wrote or created them. So the writers, the artists, and the creators actually have more of an understanding of what it is about them that makes them tick and makes us enjoy them. Right? Like, no shade to Zack Snyder. I know there's a lot of Snyder fanboys out there. I thought what he did with Watchmen was great. People talk shit about that movie. They're fucking wrong. It's a great movie. They did well. They adapted an unadaptable comic book, and they did it in a way that made sense. It's a great movie. The Justice League, on the other hand, people talk about, well, they just left the Snyder cut alone. No, it was bad either way. Yeah. It's not a good movie. It is arguably bloated and fucking stupid with emphasis in the wrong place. Mm-hmm. Oh, and incidentally, I understand you want adult interaction or whatever, but you don't have to make every single movie so fucking dark. It doesn't have to be. It's not necessary. It's a comic book movie. We've read the comics. We're cool with it just being an action-packed, sci-fi edged story with little elements of horror, because that's what they are.
They don't all have to be Sin City or The Crow or Hellboy.
No, and honestly, that makes it. And also, Hellboy, Sin City, The Crow, Watchmen, those are great movies. They're incredible. Yeah. Blade, the first Blade was, everybody always talks about the fact that, like, the first black superhero, they kept talking about that with Black Panther, which, no shit to Chadwick Boseman, because it was a really good fucking movie. But no, Blade was to me, anyways, that my first experience with a black superhero in a fully functional role.
Yeah,
Wesley Snipes was a fucking badass. He was great, even up to part 3, which was unfortunate for everybody. It was like, it had its great parts, but otherwise, you could see when it was one of those movies where you could see what it was trying to be, which makes it even sadder.
Yeah,
because like we almost had like real greatness there, and everybody had a fucking fit.
And fuck haters, I'm sorry. I still love Howard the Duck, and I still love the fucking monster from fucking outer space that he fought.
The overlords of the universe were fucking terrifying.
He was a shit. That was awesome.
Howard the Duck in general was pretty terrifying at moments.
Man.
You're a little kid, you're like watching this, like, oh, this is so cool. And then there's like fucking aliens like growing shit and everything. It's like, but that's what they sold to us, and that's what we bought into. That's why we are who we are.
Well, the problem is too, I mean, if you're talking about all the characters you'd want to adapt into a movie, don't get me wrong, you could do it, especially because you're who it was Howard the Duck, was that Spielberg or Lucas? Who was that?
Lucas.
Yeah.
Lucas. Okay, so you were known for your groundbreaking special effects and your ability to get cinematography down in a way that has not been thought of or done yet. You're known for blockbusters. So you look at something like Howard the Duck and you're like, I bet we could print that on the screen. But dude, it's a weird fucking comic, man. It is really fucking
good. It is.
Yeah.
And it's good, but it's kind of like a comic person's comic. I don't know how else to phrase that. Like it's It's like Cerebus Aardvark, right? Cerebus the Aardvark. Same thing. Wonderful character, provided you're into comics, you get all of it, and it's fucking great. But if you're not, if you're just into a spectacle and a story, and you occasionally are a flyby kind of a person, which is also perfectly fine, fucking it takes all kinds to make the world go round. But if that's what you are, then Howard the Duck is not for fucking you. And they tried to do that in the 80s.
Yeah.
Even dumber. I mean, shit. They had whole movies about beating the shit out of nerds. You know what I mean? Like that fucking Howard the Duck is not going to work in that environment.
Yeah.
Although it did have a great theme song.
They did.
Woo! My Pet Monster, Gateway Horror. This is something we all talked about as well.
Oh my God, he's been beside me since I was like 3 years old because I used to have like really gnarly fucking nightmares, and my mom got him for me like one of my Christmases or something when I was really, and ever since then I like stopped having nightmares, and he hangs out all the time. I still have him.
My daughter has mine. It wears a tooth. But the thing is she is convinced for the same reason. So that's what I told her. Only children, any in the group? Any of you an only child? Anybody at all?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know?
Really, but I get treated like one.
There's a weird sort of a thing. If you are an only child or a child who is left a lot on their own, your stuffed animals develop a personality to you.
Yep.
Like they become very important to you in some way or another. So I got a 7-year-old who's convinced of the same thing. And My Pet Monster is there specifically to protect her and the other stuffed animals.
Yeah.
That's its purpose.
Mm.
Not a bad one.
Yeah,
Also,
that's
just to let you
fucking
know, was it a cartoon first or was it a
it was after the stuffed animal. They had the stuffed animal, then they had the cartoon, and he was everywhere.
Yeah.
Like they even had the football player one. Remember, Craig?
Yep. I even liked the movie. I love that
I
fucking
remember
movie.
watching the movie in second grade.
Yeah.
I think second grade. I'm not positive about that.
Yeah.
But I also saw Mr. Boogedy sometime around there talking about gateway horror.
That too. Yeah.
Going back and watching that, there's nothing scary about it, but man, it was fucking terrifying when I was a kid.
Yeah.
It was I think it was more the makeup, the face makeup for main bad guy, but that's again, like we were inundated with shit, man. We were literally dragged along.
Yeah.
And I don't regret it. I still like, I fucking love horror movies. I love horror cartoons. I love horror TV shows. I'm a big fan of short horror literature. Fuck, I like the creepypasta stories.
Yeah.
The Muppets the Muppets and Sesame Street monsters were fucking incredible.
Yeah.
Sweetums?
I love Sweetums. Uncle Dastardly. Frazzle, the big red devil looking one with teeth from Sesame Street.
Yeah.
I do think it's interesting that Sesame Street has a bunch of different races. Like, it's funny, like Monster is a race in Sesame Street. Like that, when you look at it, there are monsters. The Cookie Monster is part of the monster race. There are monster.
Yeah.
And then you have Oscar the Grouch. What the hell's he? He's a grouch. But what
there's
like,
no
it's
monsters,
like,
I
it's just
guess.
a race, apparently. Because I mean, what was it? Oscar. What was the one where you go to find Grouchland?
Oh yeah.
Grouchland, and you find out that there's a whole shitload of it. It's not just him.
Yeah.
He's one of the nicer ones.
And that was a great way to teach kids to not always be scared of horror shit. You know, the count is fucking incredible.
I think that's another thing is like we slack off with like anything, even Halloween specials or anything. You don't really see it anymore because kids these days are like well protected. We hide them from all that stuff for.
Did you guys see the Halloween Tree?
I don't even know why. What's that?
The Halloween Tree. It was based on a Ray Bradbury story.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. So I remember watching that. I forgot about it until I saw a random clip of it the other day, and then it hit me. And I was like, "Yeah, that's some dark shit. That is a dark story to show some kids, but it's also good. It's fucking wonderful." Then again, there's a lot of, I think, children's entertainment comes down to some truly dark stuff when you look at it. I mean, like not that it's the same thing. Bridge to Terabithia is probably one of the most, like, I mean, granted, it was well past when I was a kid, but I know I would have watched it when I was a little kid because it falls in the same line as the Monster Squad, E.T., fucking any number of movies that always had some really dark, sad shit in there somewhere.
Little Monsters, like I got dark really quickly.
Yeah.
Still, great song in there too. Road to Nowhere. Can't beat it.
Yep.
And Howie Mandel before he was not okay with people touching him.
Yeah.
Yeah, that or he kept it under control. I'm not really sure what it was. I'm gonna guess he'd always had some OCD issues. This is again getting off subject, but I always wonder about it because you see him now and he talks about it, and then you go back and you watch Little Monsters, and he was so like physically comedic and in contact and stuff, and he didn't have
Covered
a
in
problem.
all that makeup.
Yeah, and well, like here's the question: it was latex-based makeup at the time, so it was a possibility that it was like a barrier for him. Did that make him comfortable, or was it worse because of it?
For me, like working hard and everything, once I am that character, the second I look into that mirror, I am that person. I am that character. I own that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just a switch. You just flip a switch, and some people can do it. But if you let it all out, you know what I mean? Like, if you just once, like the first time I worked Hunt, I let everything out where I was like, I love Halloween and I love monsters even more now. You know what I mean? Like,
Way to go!
yeah, it's
And actually, the love for monsters too. Monster Squad, Frank.
Mhm. Yep.
I mean, like fucking every little kid on Earth saw him being scared of the mask, and it's just like, oh,
Yeah.
he's cool. Everything's fine with him.
It's just like when we went to Universal Studios, they were like filming some kind of Halloween commercial or something with all the monsters, and they went running after kids, and they came running at me, and I just wanted to like hug them all. I wasn't even scared. Like, I think they realized that, and they're like, "Oh, this kid must be cool." Like, everybody else was like fucking running like mad, and I was running up to them. I don't know. It's just
Get a closer look at the big.
it is. I don't know.
Even the Grinch had a Halloween special back in the day.
Yep.
Halloween's Grinch night.
Yeah, we have if you bought it on the if you bought How the Grinch Stole Christmas, the original version, the cartoon version on Apple TV, back when it was still iTunes, it came as a bundle with all the other Grinch stuff, including the weird 70s one that was just not good.
And the Grinch is the cat in the hat.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. But the thing is, though, it's cool. I have them all. I could watch them if I want to. I don't.
Yeah.
The Grinch is a one holiday thing to me.
Yeah.
Halloween has turned into a very short time period.
I saw a meme, speaking of the Grinch, and I love it, and I can't unsee it now. If you go back and watch the Ron Howard, Jim Carrey live action one where he's wearing a mask, he's a Labubu before there's Labubu.
Oh, Lord.
Labubu
like that flashback of him at school, and when he goes to
the kid version of
it, to go shave.
Oh, he has a little green Labubu. That's funny. All right, well, I think we have a break here.
Yeah.
So I guess we'll be back. Maybe wrap up with a couple of suggestions on things that maybe we shouldn't have been watching way too young. Something along those lines. I don't know. Either way, we'll be back.
Yep.
This is the movie that Rex Reed called the most horrifying motion picture I have ever seen. This film is positively ruthless in its attempt to drive you right out of your mind.
Sally, I hear something. Stop. Stop.
The Texas Chainsaw Massacre. From New Line Cinema. Rated R.
It's the Pizza Head Show.
Hey, everybody! I'm on my way to Pizza Hut to get a Goosebumps Kids Pack. Yay!
Almost there.
Hey, this isn't the right way.
Well, Scarecrow Steve says it is.
He's no scarecrow.
Sure he is.
Uh-oh, I think I woke the neighbors.
Look, Pizza Head, you'll be perfectly safe in there.
Okay.
Relax, the Goosebumps guys just want you for dinner. See you in the next lifetime. Now you can collect one of 3 ghoulish Goosebumps Glow and Tell story card sets when you buy a Pizza Hut Kids Pack.
Woo!
And we're back. So I think before we left, we were going to talk about the movies that we most likely saw far too young. Most of this generally happened, as we were discussing, because in the 80s, again, when most of us were truly coming of age, we were most of the time our parents were happy as long as we were quiet and somewhere else, be it outside until it got dark or in front of a television in another room.
Yeah.
And in my case, I can tell you that in front of a television in another room generally meant, especially on a weekend, that I was watching Channel 36 in Georgia, which used to run a thing called Shocktober, where they would show horror movies nonstop. And not like Rawhead Rex and shit like that.
Yeah.
I was like 7, 8 watching Rawhead Rex. And granted, it was edited, but that's still a hell of a lot for a 7 or 8-year-old to watch.
Yeah.
So, that's obviously one that stands out to me, along with the Amityville Horror, but that was my uncle's fault. I was 5.
Yeah.
Either way, carry on.
But I went through the same thing because like every weekend we would go to my aunt's house, give my grandparents a break and everything like that. And the first movie we'd want to fucking watch is Return of the Living Dead. For some reason, me and my cousin just like I don't know what happened. We saw it once and we were terrified. We saw it twice and we were like, "Woo, this is the greatest thing ever!"
More paramedics.
Yeah, and it's still my favorite movie of all time because it's nostalgic. You know what I mean? It's extremely important to me. Like, and that's
fuck, man. I wrote 2 songs about 2
too.
different ones in that franchise, Part 1 and Part 3. So I agree with you with that.
It was pretty good, actually.
Yeah.
There are a lot of people
that Frito got a little weird. I don't know.
Yeah, well, they did, but then again, it fell out of the writer's hands or the owner's hands or something like that at that point. So then you ended up with like Return of the Dead, Rave to the Grave, and shit like that, and it's terrible.
They were teasing that sequel or whatever the hell it was supposed to be, and it found out that was like just one big lie.
Yeah, God, I was sad to find out about that. I really was.
I was really
Lena Quigley is the one that posted about that, and then I went and looked up, and it's like, shit, she's right. It's 100% correct. Like he doesn't own the shit. He's just been living off it for years.
Yeah.
Her and Beverly Randolph have been posting all week about them finally winning the lawsuit because of their likeness rights and shit on his merch that he was fraudulently selling to like fucking major franchise chains like Target and shit.
The sad thing is, like, it's also like I'm angry about it because I feel ripped off, but I'm also sad because, man, like his life went to shit. Like if that's his thing that he had, and he doesn't now through, I'm gonna guess, whatever deals were made, or just a lack of ability to hang on to it. I'm guessing he just needed the funds, sold it, and then kept profiting as long as he could. I mean, shit. Similar stories involving GWAR members. I mean, it's got to be something that just happens in the industry from time to time, but it still fucking sucks because I was looking forward to an actual sequel.
Yeah.
Who knows? Maybe someone else will pick up and run with it, though. I mean, it definitely generated interest. By the way, so that was Return of the Living Dead. For me, it's Rawhead Rex, Amityville Horror. Johnny.
Poltergeist, not Poltergeist, but Poltergeist.
Poltergeist, not great.
When I fucking saw that clown under the bed made me almost piss my fucking bed.
Yeah, that was.
Looking back, it's not really that terrifying, but the atmosphere was just right for that time period.
And then when she goes into the mud pit and the zombies and everything, I was like, yeah, this is where.
Then you find out years later there were real skeletons.
Because that was from that's India. Crazy, right? Yeah. Real bodies were cheaper than fucking synthetic skeletons. That's insane.
Yeah.
We should have known right then and there capitalism had fucking screwed the pooch entirely. Like, that just does not make any sense. A real body should not be less expensive than a fake one.
Yeah.
Right. And like, they tell the moral that before or after her scene, like to get her reaction. I would have waited until she was neck deep in that muck to say, by the way, those are real.
That one next year, that's Karen. Karen is her name.
Well, I'm sure after that, she was a Karen.
More than likely. I wouldn't have got back, and then you got one take. That was it. I'm not getting back in fucking skeleton soup for that. Even then, also, like, no, well, that's the thing. Even every part of that, like, again, this is one of those effects sort of things, right? Even the monster at the end of the hallway that takes a bite out of her side, like, that was, that's glowing, overlaid, like, blue screen at the time, and it was fucking terrifying.
Yeah.
The maggots in the fried chicken the guy was eating. I mean, the guy's face being peeled off in the mirror.
The guy's face being peeled off stuck with me for fucking years.
Yeah.
Until I realized it was way worse on film.
But you know what? The most memorable part to me now, other than the clown, is the Incredible Hulk stretch fucking Armstrong doll riding a fucking horse floating around the room.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point, too. Well, the fact even doing that in general. One of the funniest is, how do you know this place is haunted? Well, let me show you. I was like, what are you supposed to say to that? Even if you were investigating, there was something they was talking about on the way up the stairs one time. We were filming and we saw a toy truck move across the room over the course of 6 and then they fucking opened the door. All with the toys going into a bright, terrifying light. Well, that's not. This is above our pay grade.
I think Ghostbusters would have been a lot shorter movie if they came to that house first. Oh, sorry, we're out of here. Be like Ray and fucking Casper the Friendly Ghost.
I was going to say the only thing left would be Dan Aykroyd trying to communicate with people. All right, well, we are coming up on the end of our show, it looks like. This was a fun inaugural launch. Or secondary inaugural launch, or third.
Whatever.
Which one are we on now, Craig?
2. Right.
Sounds good to me. So, on behalf of Retro Ghoul, I'm Jason. It's Craig. That's Johnny. It was a fun conversation, and we may very well be revisiting sometime shortly in the future.
Hooray!
Woo!